Yep. Peace reflections. So it's not gonna be a long message, but I just want to talk about a dream that I had last night. I ain't gonna go too in depth, but I'm gonna tell the story real quick, and I'm gonna give you the moral, and then I'm gonna show you how you can apply it to your life. And I think it's just very important. It's like a highlight of my day, and it's something that I'm gonna be more aware of. So I'm in like layers of this dream, right? And in one layer of the dream, it's normal. It seems like regular life. It's very lucid, and I fell asleep. And in this second layer of a dream, it was like a storybook. It was like these two guys were stranded out on some road in the middle of nowhere, and somebody was driving through, and he seen them, and he picked them up. He took them in his carriage or whatever the case, and he said, "I got you." He took them to the city, near a city, and as he was dropping these guys off, he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to get paid for what I did. Like, what can you guys give me? How can you guys pay me for me helping you out?" And they're like, "Hey, I can't help you, bro. I can't pay you. I don't have anything to pay you with." The two guys. He's like, "Wait, hold on, no, y'all need to pay me." Because we had like a real attitude problem. And so he basically took them to like a court, to like some type of king or whatever, right? And he pretty much is saying like, you need to lock these guys up, or they need to pay me somehow. I helped them out, I did X, Y, and Z for them, and they need to help me. They need to pay me. He's mad, and he's telling the king this, and the king like, "Hold on, like, control yourself, like, don't talk to me like that, don't tell me what to do, this and that." And this dude, he had like a little attitude problem the whole time. And as if this little trial progressed, the two guys who were supposed to get locked up, they're not speaking much. They're just like, "Hey, we don't got nothing to give him, like, he helped us, I'm thankful, like, maybe we can work and make it back later, maybe we can pay him back later or something," right? And so this dude's like, "Nah, I need to get paid now, like, I need something now." He was mad, and so he kept like demanding the king to do stuff, and the king ended up being like very angry with him because of the attitude, and just locked that guy up. Didn't lock the two dudes up. He locked up the dude. He was a baker who was asking to get paid, demanding a payment. And he locked him up because he had an attitude problem. He was yelling at him. He started arguing with the king. So that's what he got locked up for. These two guys get set free, right? And somebody ends up taking care of them. Somebody takes care of them for the night and whatever. And it's actually another baker. And he makes them cookies and stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, bro, you guys don't have to pay me at all." They check this time, like, "Do we got to pay you? Like, because we don't got nothing." He's like, "No, I'm going to help you guys. Like, you don't got nothing? I got you." He took care of them, gave them a house to stay for the night, a nice place, a nice setup. It was really cool. All the people around him were really friendly. And the dude made them cookies, a whole bunch of cookies. So these two guys, naturally, they just felt bad. They're like, "Yo, that nigga got locked up because of us on some shit. Like, damn, like, we didn't pay him. Hey, least we could do, let's go take him these cookies. He's a baker, he'll appreciate these." So they get these cookies and they go to the jail, and they see the dude behind the bars, and he's sad. He's like, "Damn, like, I fucked up. Like, yo, I should never argued with the king. Like, I have a bad attitude. Like, I shouldn't have argued with him. I shouldn't have been yelling at him. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I shouldn't do that. I need to control myself. Like, I apologize. I won't do it again. I see what I did now. Now I'm in jail. Now I see my consequence." And they're like, "Yeah, that's what's up. Like, at least you learned. At least you grew. Yeah. Hey, we got you these cookies." And the dude's like, "What? Cookies? Hold on. Cookies? I wanted to get paid. Like, y'all know, y'all gotta do something else. You need to get me out of here. You need to do something different for me, man. What?" And they're like, "All we got is these cookies, man. We still don't got any money. Like, somebody's taking care of us for free." And the dude's mad. He's like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, y'all need to pay me. Y'all need to do something better than cookies. Fucking cookies." And he just has this whole attitude. And it was interesting because this is all a dream. This is all a dream, mind you. And this dude, basically, like, the way the dream ended was, it kind of like the two guys looked at each other and like, "Man, fuck this." Like, they like left him some cookies and like left. And this guy's like behind the bars, like yelling, "Ah, man, fuck you guys. Ah, this is your fault." Started blaming these niggas after he just apologized. And so the narrator, in like my dream, in like my head, he's like, so he explained the moral of the story. And the way that I explained it in my own dream to myself as a narrator, was that basically the dude was saying things like he was gonna help, he just helped them, but then he wanted payment. And when he got an attitude, he was saying like he learned his lesson. He was saying he was apologetic and all this stuff. And even though he was saying it, his actions conveyed a whole nother thing. And this dude was locked in his own prison. And the prison, I think, was just symbolic of him being trapped within his own debilitation, his lack of self-control. And this is what it's all about. It's all about responsibility and self-control. It's not about who makes you mad or what somebody does to you, but it's all about how you respond. And this dude was trapped in his own hell. He trapped himself in his own bars, and these two guys look at him like, man, fuck this shit. Like, you get what you deserve. And the narrator went on to explain, like, simple, like, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. Because they came in there and homie was apologizing like, yo, you know what? I learned my mistake. I found my mistake. I'm sorry. That's what he said. Don't believe anything you hear people say to you, for real. Then with his actions, he even said, you know, I'm sorry. Like, sad face on remorse. Like, yo, I apologize. Like, oh man, like, look regretful, look sad. The whole act. Because at the end of the day, what did he do? He went back and did the same shit again. He went back and did the same thing that he did to him in the first place. So even though he apologized for it, said, I acknowledge where I went wrong and acknowledge where he fucked up, when the time came again and he was triggered, he did the same fucking thing. He didn't grow at all. There was no control. So it's like, believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see. And I made another analogy. It's like somebody can say something to you, right? You know, oh, I'm going to bake you a cake. Okay, I don't care to hear those words. It's cool. Let me see it. Like, let me get the cake. Just bring me the cake. How about that? Like, you can talk about it all you want. I know a lot of people who just talk about stuff and never do anything. So that's that part. Believe none of what you hear. That's easy. But only half of what you see. That's where it's weird. Because it's like, I don't only believe half of what I see. Well, this is how I see it. Say somebody did bake you that cake. Friend, enemy, whatever the case. And it's an enemy, right? And they give you the cake. And they're like, hey man, I'm sorry. Here's that. You know what? Fuck it. I ain't even gonna talk. Here, I just made you a cake to show you my apologies. Here it is. Take this. And you take the cake and you're like, hey, thanks, man. And you believe what you see. Oh, well, he said he's sorry, and now he's showing me he's sorry. That must be what it is. Then you find out the cake was poisoned. It's not all about just what somebody does with their actions, because I could tell you to do something nice, and it's not coming from your heart. And say somebody wanted to apologize, did something, it could be fake. That action could be fake, and they can really still be a toxic person, and they never really changed or grew. They actually still just want to hurt you. So you got to be careful. You got to only believe half of what you see. You have to really learn to have discernment and really look at the intention behind what people are doing. You really have to look at the intention these days. People say one thing and then do a completely other thing. So the way I want y'all to apply this to you is with this knowledge, right, that we teach. What you could do is, instead of just teaching and being in love with the knowledge and saying this is not about the knowledge, you need to apply it to your life. There's a lot of people who want to say thank you guys for this and that, this and that. All right, well, I'm going back to work. And they go back to doing fuck shit. Like, I thought you just thanked me for knowledge on how to free yourself, and then you just walked right back into the prison cell. Like, but you said thank you. Like, no, that's not how you show appreciation for what I'm doing for you. That's just like discouraging as fuck. Like, to be like putting out a divine message to help you change your life, and you choose ignorance and you choose to go back into that system. Hey man, you need to quit your job and do this, do that. Cosmic Currency 101. Here's the videos. Here's everything that you need to liberate yourself. All right, cool. I'm gonna do it right after work. I'll do it like right after this. Here. And it's just like, bruh, to really show your appreciation, make use of what we give you. Honor the knowledge that the most honorable Grandmaster Chief has given us. Honor it by using it. Make use of it. Knowledge that is not applied is dead. And if you say that you're growing and you say that you're going to do better in life, you say, all right, I'm not going to do this anymore, bro. Like, all right, I see where I went wrong. I see where I fucked up. If you're going to say some shit like that, then don't continue to repeat the same actions. Figure out what it is, why you did what you did, and cut it out in your life and make a change. Like, I know it may be harder for some people than other people, but this is why we give you the divine knowledge of self. Because if you know yourself, you know your natal chart, you know your debilitations, well then at least now you can identify them when they come up. And you can start to change. So responsibility and self-control. That's what I want to talk about. Responsibility and self-control. It's not what people do to you, but it's how you respond. I don't care what you're saying. How did you respond in the situation? That's what's important. That's it. That's all I want to talk about. Make sure you apply the knowledge to your life. I love myself.